Hi, everybody, and happy Wednesday. I hope your week is going well. I'm excited to see you guys tomorrow. But for today, we've got one more day of class being set up like this, where I'm not here and you've got this video to watch. And it's pretty much the same format as it's been. I just want to keep it consistent for you guys. So I appreciate everyone who's been working hard, doing their best, acting the way that they're supposed to be acting in class, and just being a leader of our school. So with that, today's plan is you've got this video, and it's a practice sheet, just continuing to practice this division with decimals. I've been super pleased with our progress so far. And then you'll go over the sheet with the whole class, do your exit ticket, and any time left, you'll be on Dreambox doing those assignments. Please make sure if you have that extra time, you're on Dreambox, okay? So if we look at yesterday's exit ticket, again, overall, it was pretty happy. If we look at what one student did, they did 0 0.72 divided by 3. So they moved that decimal out twice, right? And then made it 72 divided by 3, got 24. Nice job with division, nice efficient way to do it. But then once they got that 24, they knew they had to move that decimal back in twice. So that's why their answer was 0 and 24/100. Please make sure you are moving your decimal back after you're done. I was just looking at the exit tickets, and there are probably like 8 or 9 of you that did the division great, but then forgot to move the decimal at all. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. So if we jump into today's lesson, what do we do if there's a decimal in both numbers, right? So for this one, we have, again, just have to move it out. So then it would turn into 72 divided by 3. I'm not going to do that division again just because it's right here, okay? So 72 divided by 3 is 24. Now, the way this would work is because of this first one, right? That means I move back in 1, correct? But then because of this, the one in the second number in the divisor, we would have to move it back out. So if we move 1 jump in each number, you don't have to do anything. So we got 72 divided by 3 is 24. 7.2 divided by 0.3 also equals 24, okay? If we make the same number of jumps, we don't have to do anything, okay? But now, go ahead, pause the video, try this one out on your own. When you've finished, go ahead and play the video, and let's make sure we're good with this. So hopefully at this point you've had a chance to try this. So if we do we have to move out our jumps first, right? That's the first part of this division. So it becomes 168 divided by 8, okay? So then 168 divided by 8, we set up our hook and ladder. That was a bad hook, but it'll get the job done. 168 divided by 8. Hopefully we're thinking what the first thing we could do. I'm going to do times 20, right? And that'll knock out all 160. And then I'm down to 8. You just do times 1 minus 8. I get 21. Now I got to look at my decimal. Okay, I went 1 out here, and I went 1 out here. So that means I don't do anything to it. I leave it just as is, and my answer would be 21. Okay? Now for this one, let's look here. I have to make 2 jumps out to make it 168, and then 1 jump out to make it 8. So we know that 168 divided by 8, we just did that, right? Which would be 21. So the way I can think about this is this first jump cancels out with this jump, right? Because like last problem, we made 1 jump each and I didn't change the number. So 1 jump each cancel out. But this first number, I've got 1 extra jump. So that means the only thing I have to do is come back 1 spot. Okay, so the answer would be 2 and 1/10. Right? If you need to rewatch that, listen to the explanation again. Okay? Similarly, for this problem, 225 and 2/10 divided by 0 and 7/100. Go ahead, pause it, try this one out on your own, okay? And then when you've answered it and you think you've got an answer after moving your decimals, then hit play and let's see how it goes. So for this one, I'm going to start out, right? I'm going to bring it out 1, and then I go out 2. So 252 divided by 7, which that would be, well, I don't know. Let's try it. I know if I do 7 times 30, that'll be 210. So it's a pretty good place to start. Okay. So now subtract 210. Left with 42. Oof, that's tough. I'm just going to do times 5 because I know 7 times 5 is 35. And that'll get me pretty close. So minus 35. I'm going to be left with, I have to borrow. 12 minus 5 is 7. Oh, perfect. I could do times 1. Subtract 7. Left with 0. 30 plus 5 plus 1 is 36. Okay? So like last time, I can think about, all right, one jump here cancels out with one of these jumps here, but I still have a second jump. So when the decimal's in the divisor in that second number, I move it out 1 place value. So my answer would be 360. Okay? Again, if you need to rewatch that, rewind the video and listen to it again. See if it sinks in a little bit better. So the keys to remember here, guys, if you want to take a screenshot of this, pause the video and write this down, go for it. If you move the decimal in the first number, you move the decimal in the answer to the left, just like we did here, right? We moved it in the first number, so we moved it to the left. If you move the decimal in the second number, right, like we did here, then when you have your answer, you move the decimal to the right. Okay, those are the keys to remember. So now you're going to go into that practice sheet with your groups of 2. This will be all the different kinds of division we've worked on this week, right? So combining everything that we've learned. So make sure you pay close attention to what's going on in the division problem. I want you also, boys and girls, to think about what a good partner work should look like and what it should sound like. Okay, make sure that we're holding ourselves to those high standards. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. I look forward to seeing your exit tickets, and more importantly, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.